Breaking input coming in, the Ministry of Home Affairs says the Red Fort explosion was a panic act after major security raids in Delhi NCR and Pulwama. They also say that the bomb was premature and underdeveloped, which limited the impact. Nearly 3,000 kilograms of explosives seized earlier helped avert a major terror attack in the national capital. So that is a very major update, and we are joined by Arunima on this broadcast. Arunima, if it was a panic act altogether, then why would Dr. Umar, the suspected suicide bomber, wait in the car for 3 hours?
So it is a matter of investigation. There are two theories that are doing the round. One which says that perhaps he was unsure of his next move. He was waiting for instructions, waiting for some clarity. The second theory on which the investigators are working is, I've already told you that, there was an encrypted platform, a telegram platform where his handlers were radicalizing him and other doctors. So the other theory is that was he waiting for instructions from his handlers? Was the instruction to wait for a specific hour when the crowd is at its peak? This is the wedding season. So in the evening, the crowd usually comes out from Chandni Chowk and comes to that main road of Red Fort to go back home. It was also the hour around the time when the shopkeepers start winding up, so the crowd is at its peak. So the other theory is, was the handler giving him instruction to take the car and explode it at a time when there will be maximum casualty? However, investigators so far have found out two things. One, that the bomb was not properly developed. It had no shrapnel inside. It had no circuit. The explosion, to complete an explosion, you need to complete the circuit. You need wires, you need batteries, you need a timer device. None of this have been found on the ground. So investigators are now trying to ascertain exactly how the explosives ignited. Were they only inflammable in nature? The CNG cylinder, was that used as an incendiary device? Did that trigger off the fire? And some of the body parts were flung to the third floor of the Jain Digambar temple, which is about 500 meters from the actual spot where the explosion happened. So ammonium nitrate is a low-grade explosive. How could that trigger off this kind of an impact on human body? Was there some high-grade military explosive, involved? That's also a line of investigation currently.
Right, Arunima. Arunima, do also tell our viewers that does this mean that Dr. Umar was the last one of the Faridabad module?
I don't think so, because even after Dr. Umar's supposed death, only a DNA test will conclusively ascertain whether the suspicion that the I-20 driver was Dr. Umar. That DNA test is in process. But even after his death, allegedly, there have been doctors who have been picked up. At least one doctor in Kashmir who just got married 2 days ago, another doctor in Saharanpur, and the raids are continuing. Faridabad police, UP ATS, Jammu and Kashmir police, they're continuing to raid as more details come out from the interrogation. Those who have been arrested are being subjected to interrogation. So it is still to be ascertained as to how deep this module was, how many other doctors or white-collar professionals were involved in this.
Right, Arunima. Arunima, yesterday we also got to know that the vehicle went through a pollution check in Faridabad. So this means that the guys were also prepared at the same time. What do you make of that?
Can you repeat that again, Harsh?
Yeah, so yesterday we got to know that the vehicle, the I-20 vehicle, went for a pollution check in Faridabad on October 29th. So this means that these guys were also prepared at the same time. What do you make of that?
No, see, the CCTV footage that has come out from various locations, from the pollution checkpoint, there's also CCTV that has come out from the DND flyover near Noida, also the Modi Mill, which is near Okhla. So police is still scanning the route map, trying to make the route map. But essentially, the sense that we get after speaking to investigators is that there was no plan to carry out this blast at Red Fort on the day that it happened. They were still behaving normally. They were still employed. They had the cover at least of being employed with a hospital. They had the cover of being a doctor. So they were moving about with their daily life like any other normal person would do. The theory on which investigators are working right now is that perhaps the panic button was hit when police swooped down on them. All their explosives, IED making material was seized. Most of the module members were arrested. That is when panic button set in. Before that, even 2 days before that or 3 days before that, there was no panic and there was no plan. That's why investigators are now saying that the bomb seems underdeveloped. And it does not look like that there was any plan to set off this explosion on the day and at the time that it did explode in Red Fort. It was mostly done in panic.
Right, Arunima. Many thanks, Arunima, for gathering all that.